Americans were aware that the main cause of social unrest in the Philippines was the landlessness, and they attempted to end the deplorable condition of the tenant farmers by passing several land policies to increase the small landholders and distribute ownership to the bigger number of Filipino tenancy and farmers. The Philippines Bill of 1902 provided regulation on the disposal of public land. A private individual may own 16 hectares of land, while corporate landholder may have 1,024 hectares. Americans were also given rights to own agricultural land in the country. The Philippine Commission also enacted Act number 496 or the Land Registration Act, which introduced the Tourette system to address the absence of early record of issued land title and conduct accurate land surveys. In 1903, the Homestead Program was introduced, allowing a tenant to enter into an agricultural business by acquiring a farm of at least 16 hectares. This program, however, was limited to areas in northern Luzon and Mindanao where colonial penetration had been difficult for Americans, a problem they inherit from Spaniards. Alam ng mga Amerikano sa oras na ang kawalan ng lupa ay isang pangunahing sanhi ng kaguluhan sa lipunan ng Pilipinas, at sa gayon ipinatupad nila ang isang bilang ng mga patakaran sa lupa sa isang pagsisikap na maibasan ang sitwasyon para sa mga payat na magsasaka. Land ownership did not improve during the American period. In fact, it even worsened because there was no limit to size of landholding people could possess, and as accessibility of possession was limited to those who could not afford to buy, register and accord fixed properties title. Not all lands acquired by the Americans were given to landless peasant or farmers. This early land reform program was also implemented without support mechanism. If landlessness, peasant farmers received land, nothing more. Many were forced to return to tenancy, and wealthy Filipino hacienderos purchased or forcefully took over lands from farmers who could not afford to pay their debts. The system introduced by the Americans enabled more lands to be placed under tenancy, which led to widespread peasant uprising such as the Colorum and the Sakdal uprising in Luzon. Peasant and workers found refuge from millenarian movement that gave them hope that change could still happen through militancy. Sa panahon ng Amerikano, ang pagmamay-ari ng lupa ay hindi umunlad. Sa katunayan, lumalala ito dahil walang limitasyon sa laki ng mga pagmamay-ari ng lupa na maaaring makuha ng mga tao. Hindi lahat ng lupang makuha ng Amerikano ay binibigay sa mga walang magsasaka para sa mga layunin pang agrikultura. Ang isang malaking bilang ng mga magsasaka ay pinilit na bumalik sa pag-upa at mayaman ng mga Pilipino na hacienderos na binili o pinilit na kumuha ng lupa mula sa mga magsasaka na hindi kayang magbayad ng kanilang mga utang. Ang mga pag-aalsa ng magsasaka tulad ng Colorum at Sakdal na pag-aalsa sa Luzon ay na-spark sa pamamagitan ng pagpapakilala ng Amerikano tenancy system. Ang mga manggagawa at magsasaka ay magkasamang nagtago sa mga paggawa ng millenarian na nagbigay sa kanila ng pag-asa na posibol pa rin ang pagbabago sa politika. The Sakdal or Sakdalista uprising was the peasant rebellion in central Luzon that was lasted for 2 days in May 23, 1935. It was early crushed by the government forces but this is historical event tells of the social inequality brought up about by issues in land ownership and tenancy in the country. The Filipino word sakdal means the accused, which is the title of newspaper by Benigno Ramos. He rallied support from Manila and nearby provinces through the publication which led to the establishment of the Partido Sakdalista in 1933. They demanded reform from the government such as the abolition of taxes and equal or common ownership of land among others. They also opposed the dominance Nacionalista Party acceptance of gradual independence from the United States and instead demanded immediate severance of ties with America. For a new party with small clout, they did well in 1934 general election, scoring 3 seats in the House of Representatives and several local posts. This encouraged them to attempt an uprising in 1935. Upon being crushed, Ramos fled to Tokyo and Sakdalista collapses. Ang mga sakdalista ay ang mga nakapaglaban sa mga kawalan ng katarungan sa sistemang pampulitika at para sa isang sistemang ng hustisya na nagmamalasakit sa mahirap at inaapi ngunit hindi sila nagtagal. Dahil sa kalupitan ng gobyerno, ang makasaysayang ang kaganapan ay napakakita ng hindi patas sa sistema o hindi pagkakapantay-pantay sa lipunan sa mga tuntunin ng pagmamaya, ari ng lupa at pag-upa sa bansa. Kaya pinangunahan ni Abhinigno Ramos ang Partido sa Dema and sold to tenants. His administration also created the National Rice and Corn Corporation to assign public defender to assist peasants in court battle for their right to the land, and the Court of Industrial Relationship to exercise jurisdiction over disagreement arising from land ownership tenant relationship. The homestead program also continued through the National Land Settlement Administration. Effort towards agrarian reform by the Commonwealth failed because of many problems such as the budget allocation for the settlement halt and widespread peasant uprising. World War II put a halt to all intervention to solve this problem as Japanese occupied the country. Upang matulungan ang mga magsasaka sa mga laban sa korte para sa kanilang karapatan, makarating itinatag din ng kanyang administrasyon ang National Rice and Corn Corporation at ang Court of Industrial Relations upang husgahan ang mga hindi pagkakaunawaan na nagmula sa mga relasyon sa may-ari ng lupa.